2 years ago today, thousands of Hamas militants, after neutralizing Israel's defenses, streamed over the border from Gaza and abducted 251 people. Today, just 48 hostages remain in Gaza. Only about 20 are believed to be alive. Hersh Goldberg-Polin was one of those Israelis abducted, surviving nearly 11 months at the hands of his captors, even after losing part of his left arm on October 7th when he attempted to throw a Hamas grenade out of the shelter he was hiding in. We're fortunate now to be joined by his mother, Rachel Goldberg-Polin. Rachel, it's so good to have you back on the show, and it never goes without saying that you continue to have our condolences on the loss of Hersh. As you do each day, we see that you're wearing a number on your shirt. Today, it's 732, the number of days hostages have been held in Gaza. Peace talks, as you know, are ongoing in Egypt, but bombs continue to fall on Gaza. Do you still trust Prime Minister Netanyahu will be able to bring those remaining hostages home?
You know, Linsey, first of all, thank you again, and to the entire ABC family for always embracing us. All of the hostage families are so grateful to you. We right now, the hostage families, are feeling immense optimism, hope, and we are very much yearning for President Trump to continue his steadfast, tireless, passionate, committed, unwavering attempts and efforts to bring this to a close. We know right now that Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff are in the region working on this. And we just today, actually, the hostage families received a very passionate letter from President Trump restating his commitment to us, to getting all 48 of these hostages home.
Let's talk about Hersh for a moment, your firstborn child, your only son. What message do you think that he might have for his fellow citizens on the second anniversary of October 7th?
Well, you know, Hersh was young and idealistic and not yet jaded, as unfortunately I think many of us become the more that we see how the world often leans. Hersh was an expert listener, which I didn't realize was a unique and really profound trait. And he was always curious to listen to people, especially people he didn't agree with, people who didn't share his philosophies or worldviews. I know that he was always hoping for better, believing better could be, and being idealistic and going toward that light. And I pray that we can do that.
Whether it's 5 years, 10 years from now, what do you wish for your homeland of Israel? And is there a way to live in peace with Palestinians?
You know, I think that what's so tragic is that in this situation, we have become very triggered by the word peace. And I think that peace doesn't have to be rainbows and unicorns and we're all best friends. I think peace can mean a halt to the agony and suffering and pain, and figuring out how do you live near people that maybe don't have an interest in being your best friend, and you don't have an interest in being their best friend, and you can still respect their right to liberty and freedom of movement and a just way of moving forward. And I believe that there are people on both sides who want that.
Lastly, I want to go back to Hersh again. What do you think that he would want for you to do for the rest of your life to honor his memory, his legacy, and that of so many others?
That's a wonderful question. I often say to myself, and I'm in conversation with him throughout the day. You know, I happen to be a religious person, so I'm praying a lot each day. There's a prayer that Jewish people say upon waking, many Jewish people say, and I say that prayer, and then I say to Hersh, sweet boy, let me feel your light and your love. No more pain, just love. I have to believe that he loves me, and I have to stay strong and I have to survive for it, part of his legacy.
Such a touching and meaningful conversation, Rachel. We always appreciate your insights. Thank you so much. Our condolences again for the loss of your son, Hersh.
Anything. Thank you, Linsey.